Good morning, good morning. It is October 29th. It is 11 o'clock Central Time. I'm coming from Regina. For back home, my friends in Ontario, it is presently 1 p.m. I have a fun fold that is pretty amazing today. I think it's my favorite out of the two cards from compared to yesterday. So I can't wait to share with you. Let me just log on here to see that we are all here and I can answer your comments. So if ever you're watching me live, please say hello. I would love to know where you're from, especially if you're brand new here. And if you're watching my replay, please say replay so I know that I could read your messages and your comments. So like I was indicating, it is my favorite out of the two cards. So we're still doing another fun fold today with the Reindeer Days. It is my featured collection for the entire week. Hello, friend. How are you? Did you have a nice day yesterday? I am gonna have a little sip of tea. I'm up since 4 a.m. I drove my husband to the airport this morning, so I feel like I need a little bit of caffeine today. And actually, I didn't even have a coffee yet. So he is gone to Alberta for work, and he was showing little puppies that were just brand new born. And I was like, lucky, could you bring one of those puppies home? But we already have a golden retriever, and I think she's plenty, actually. She actually did not want to come in the house, and I'm like, Riley, I need to go live. And she was like, just staying and thinking, nope, mommy, it's beautiful outside. It's sunny in Regina. I want to stay outside. I was like, I need to go do this live. So got a fun card for you today. We are featuring a little bit, I'm adding one additional color. So you know how the designer series paper has a bunch of different colors, and yesterday I based my colors off of the real red and the garden green, and I am going to be adding one other color as well. And you'll notice what I'm doing this week is I'm still keeping the same theme of colors. I know that designer series paper has a lot of different colors, but because I'm building a collection and by the end of the week, I want everything to coordinate. That is why you're seeing this. But your designer series paper, you could take any designs of the paper. I'm not going to showcase them all again today because you've seen them yesterday, so you could just watch yesterday's replay. But I'm going to stick with that theme of color, except I'm adding one color today, and it's going to be pool party. Allô Hélène, hope you are well. J'espère que tu vas bien. Est-ce que tu fais des cartes de Noël cette année? So just asking, is anybody else working on their Christmas cards, or am I the only one here? So if ever, you could just say a quick hello. So we're doing a second fun fold card. If you missed yesterday, you can go on my website. It is kimmcgillis.com, and then you'll get to see the projects, and there's also a link for yesterday's post. So all is there. Also, I do get some questions about which materials I use, which gems that I use. When you go to my website, you get to see which ones that I use for the card that we made. So at least there's a section there. Also, there is a host code. So if you are from Canada and you shop with me for $60, you will be getting all of these cards that we're making this week. So that's kind of fun. So if ever you're Canadian and you want to shop with me, you do get that option with that hostess code, and that's where the link is. If you shop for $75, then you get that additional embellishment as well. So let's get crafting this morning. I almost want to hide my project, not to show you, just because I think it's one, yeah, like I said, one of my favorite ones. I'm still going to use the same stamp set. I will use also the coordinating reindeer memories, and that I've linked as well on my website. The only thing that I'm going to add additionally, and I don't know if you're stamping with me, but you'll want the Spotlight of Nature dies today. So the Spotlight of Nature dies, and if you don't remember what they look like, it's like big circles. So I need one of the biggest circles this morning. So just in case you're stamping along with me, then at least you'll know what we're playing with here. Okay, so I am gonna flip you around. I did not fix that mount again, so I did ask Chris for that Gorilla Glue, so I'm hoping it works, but anyways. So Christine is saying that it's chilly mountains in Northern California. Oh, really? So chilly, and I always thought California, sunny, very warm, that sort of wet weather, but I guess you do get some chilly weather. Here you need like a light sweater right now, like it's sweater weather. This is the type of weather that we have. Hello, Sophie. Hi, Paul. Hi, Pam, Karen. Lots of people this morning. Okay, so let me tilt you down. I want to hide my cards just because I don't want you to see it right away. And you know me, as I design, I start thinking of other options of what I could have done with this design today. So I do want to make something different as well. So Hélène is making Christmas cards with Sophie, which I adore. So that's amazing. Okay, so let's tilt you down here. Let's see if it works. Hopefully, I'm going to cross my finger that we're going to make it a slow transition and all is well. There's always like a little delay. So our featured colors again, pecan pie, garden green, real red, and pool party. And I always add these featured colors on my website as well, because you know what? Sometimes you wonder, oh, what can I work on? And then you get to see some pretty cards. So let's see. We're gonna get going shortly. I just want to relink my video here so I could see your comments as we go. Give me a second. Okay, so if you are still there watching me live, please say hello just because I'm, okay, there it is. It took a little while to connect and I'm not too sure why, but it's there. So you get to see the colors that I'm using here. They are just on this board. So this morning, like I was indicating, all my pieces are in my little container. These containers, some of my class attendees have received, and I've just layered everything in here. So it's kind of a fun way to add all the projects in there. And here I am showing a glimpse of what we're doing today. You will need a piece of cardstock, and it will be real red that I'm using. And then that piece of real red will be, let me just grab that other single piece, 8.5 by 5.5. So it's an 8.5 piece of cardstock by 5.5. So let's go here. I just want to make sure that I'm good. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do this a little bit different here. Let me grab a piece. We're gonna switch this around. This is gonna be an 8-inch piece by 5.5. So let's take this back, 8 by 5.5. And then you are going to score, bring it on the reverse side here at 7. So one line at 7. Then we're going to score at 6. And the last score will be at 3 inches. So again, we are doing a fun fold. Let me know if you love fun folds. So, and then you're just going to fold these together and they fit perfectly. And I want to share with you that this side, you see that we have some wiggle room and it does fit perfectly on our beautiful envelopes. So no issues there. So I'm just going to repeat again, 8 by 5.5, you score at 7, 6, and 3, and then you fold like this. And I'm just showing you so you get to see the fold that we're designing today. And then we're going to take a second piece of cardstock, and it's going to be white. We are going to it's gonna be 4 by 6 inches, and we are gonna score it at 4 1/4. So 4 1/4 for that piece. And this, I don't need this anymore, so we're just gonna toss this aside. I'm gonna put this right here. Now you'll need 2 pieces of designer series paper. And what I was sharing with you is because I want everything to coordinate, I am using the same designer series paper as yesterday because I'm building a collection throughout my week. If you love the other colors that comes with this collection, then you may do so. You could do anything that you want. It's just that for myself, I just want to keep going with the reds and the greens. I am adding Pool Party, but still. So one of the pieces that we'll need is 7/8 by 5 3/8. And this piece is gonna go right here. So let me open this up. I'm gonna add some glue. Like, you know, if you love the Pool Party colors, you could switch it around and go like this, which I could do a total different class with the same designs, but in Pool Party in real red instead of garden greens. So you could work whatever you'd like to do. Okay, so here I am, just gonna glue this down right here. And I made sure that there was like a little real red border of cardstock around. So I wanted that real red. And I went a little bit wider than the second piece of designer series paper because I didn't want too much red to pop out at the first level, but I do want more layers at the top level. Our second piece of cardstock is going to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And this one, we're not putting on the second level, we are putting this piece on the third level right here. So you see, it's a little wider, tiny bit wider, not much, but just a little bit. So when I fold it over, this is what it looks like. Paul's saying that he'll have to catch the replay. Yes, you don't want to miss the end of this project. It's going to be good. Okay, so then your piece of white cardstock, 4 by 6 that you folded, we are going to use the coordinating embossing that we did yesterday. I love the plaid. It's one of my favorites. It is humongous, perfect for scrapbooking as well. Now I have a tip for you here, and it's really important. Sometimes little tips and tricks will help you out. When you are adding this in, I want you to place only this portion of the designer of the cardstock in here, not this portion. And the reason why is I feel like it makes the card sturdier by having that background here that is not embossed. So it's the only reason is just I want some rigidity. So let me grab that here. Perfect. So you see, I've only embossed this part and I've left the back, and it just makes the card sturdier, or else it makes it a little bit more flimsy. You could also use the thick white cardstock if you wish, if you want to make it sturdier as well. Now I am going to keep that little red line border, and you're just going to add some glue on this portion, and don't just put it in the middle because we need to add our cardstock right here. So I don't want some glue on this part, I just want it on the front part. I'm gonna show you closer so you see if I flip it, the glue is only on this little piece section. Okay. Hello, Jordan. How are you, sweetie? My daughter is on live from home in Ontario. You know what? We need to FaceTime after to catch up. So you see I'm only adding one little bead of glue on the top, and then I'm just gluing this portion here. Now you know what multi-glue you need to leave your hands on there, a little bit of pressure until it dries. If you want to use sticky tape, that's very optional. You could do so as well. So that's an option. And then when your card opens, this is what it looks like. So we have our fun fold. I'm showing you a side view here, and then this is the front view. So already it looks very festive. So is this a fun fold card that you've done in the past? Have you made this card before? I just find it's a fun one to do. So now I'm gonna pull in some of my dies. Are you all done making projects that are about fall? Are you all into Christmas? Or are you still making fall projects as well? I know Hélène and Sophie were talking about making the Christmas ones. What about you? Now I'm gonna pull this die. That is part of the Reindeer Fun bundle. And what you wanna make sure, you take your tool pick, you wanna poke those little pieces of paper that are still stuck in there from me making a previous project. If you don't poke them out, those pieces, then your die is not gonna cut properly. I was sharing yesterday that my peppermints are not in yet, which I wanted to use on today's card, but they are still not in. So I was a bit disappointed. So I'm gonna use iridescent gems today just because of that. Have you received your peppermint gems so far? First step, we are just gonna do that first layer of dye. I'm going to show you, here it is, first layer. There you have it. And then I'm going to do a second time. You can't cut it initially, you really have to do it a second time. You're going to add that circle, and I'm using the one with this border, and this comes from the Spotlight on Nature dies. So Fran is saying that she makes 100 cards for her own use. Wow, that's amazing. And then her group helps make 100 for their local veterans, the Veterans Hospital, I'm assuming. So I'm on Christmas cards. Oh yeah, you are on Christmas card full stream. And are they like, what type of cards? Are they fun folds? Are they simple cards? Like what type of cards and which bundle? Do you use all the same bundle when you're making your cards or different ones? So here is my piece right here. And then I'm just gonna run through the machine as well. I'm gonna show you the end piece. There you have it. So I still need to pop a couple of little pieces out of here. But there it is. So now I'm gonna still use this piece and I'm gonna do a second circle. So this is my second circle from the same collection. So I needed two. So now we have this piece here and my second piece right next to it. Fran's saying she's doing a mixture of style and bundles. She gets bored repeating the same cards. And I get that absolutely. Hi, Sandy. Oh, thanks for catching me live. Are you on the same time zone? Are you Central Time where you are, or you're not Central Time? I can't remember. Okay, so we're gonna grab this. And then for this piece, now here is where I pull my pool party. We're gonna open pool party. And I'm gonna use a blending brush. Okay, so one of my cheats is I'll flip it around and I'm just gonna test it because I don't want it to be very bright. So I just test it on the reverse side. And now I could go to town and just go in circles and add. So I'm gonna go again. I'm testing on my opposite side. You see how it's darker and I don't want these marks, so that's why I'm going lightly in circles and adding some pool party ink. So this is gonna be my background. Here we go. Can you remind me, when is Thanksgiving in the United States? I know in Canada we had it in October. We get it in early October, but I think you're in November. I can't remember. Because you gotta kind of make something for Thanksgiving. So Sandy is south of Winnipeg. So if somebody's looking to make cards south of Winnipeg, you can reach out to Sandy. So I'm using the Pool Party Dark blend, and I'm gonna be tapping some little specks because this is my background. I am gonna show you a little closer. So November 28th is what Christine and Fran and Pam are sharing. Thank you, ladies. I was not sure when your Thanksgiving was. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this closer. I don't know if you get to see the little specks, but it is gorgeous. Now take your mini dimensionals and you wanna add some around. And you know what? Don't just put them in one spot, you wanna put them pretty much everywhere. And as I was designing this card, you guessed it, I'm thinking I need to do this same card as a shaker card. So you will see on my blog, if you follow along, that I'll add a post and also a shaker version of this card. Because we have to. But for today, we're just gonna do, for this live, we're just gonna do the regular card because I don't want to make it too complicated. Here we go. Initially, I was thinking of doing a garden green, and then I changed my mind. I wanted to keep it soft, and I decided to go with just white cardstock. So, okay, so now we're just going to layer one of them on top of each other. Just like this. So you see why we could have made a shaker card is because if I add a window sheet, then it's going to be perfect. I just need to mount it just slightly over. Okay, so now you have the option of stamping these if you want, or taking your designer series paper and just adding the designer series paper instead. So I'm gonna go back with this designer series paper. Like I indicated, some dies will coordinate where you could just die cut, but for this morning, I decided to fussy cut. So I've already fussy cut one little piece, and I chose this one. And the reason I chose this one is because he has a scarf, and the scarf is garden green and real red, and it coordinates with my cards. So that's why I picked this one. So there's always like a reason why I choose specific images. But if you want to just stamp your own and color your own, you could do so as well. So Fran was sharing that she was making like 100 cards. You could have your helpers cut these little reindeers. And now I'm just going to tuck him right in here. Let's tuck him right in here. But he's still standing out, right? So let's look on this side. I just want to get his little hooves right in here. There he is. So that's kind of cute. So now I'm going to pull my card again. It's starting to look and come together. And we're going to add with some adhesive, just using multi-glue. I could use other types of glues, and we're just gonna add them right in the center. So now our card is coming together slowly. Once again, you wanna hold in place to make sure he's glued down properly. So it's coming together. Now I'm going to take my reindeer memories. I just wanted a small greeting. If you want a large greeting, you could go with the reindeer fun, but I just chose Oh So Jolly. And this is the greeting that I'll be picking. And I'm going to stamp on a scrap little piece right here. I'm going to pull my real red. And I'm just going to stamp Oh Jolly. So Oh Jolly is coming right here. There you have it. So Oh Jolly is done. And I just wanted the reindeer to stand out, and I didn't want like a greeting to be the main central pop-up of the project. So that's why I chose a tiny one, and I feel like because it coordinates with the collection, it was perfect. So I'm just gonna cut this slightly. And then we're gonna put this right over here, and I'm gonna pop it up. Like I indicated yesterday, I did not receive my peppermints, because if I would have been using my peppermints for today's card, but it's okay. So this is the reindeer. Now I'm gonna add also some twine. I think we deserve to have a little bit of red and white twine with our tiny reindeer, because I think it'd make it prettier. So for the twine, and then the second part I'll be using is these iridescent gems, because we don't have the peppermints, so that's why I'll be using these. I'm going to be doing a double, a double bow. So how I do that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm just going to loop around. So this is for me to know the measurements. Put this aside. It. So here we go. I try to leave a little tail. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm curious if you are watching live or watching the replay. Have you gotten the Reindeer Days Suite, or is it one that you have not purchased? I'm just out of curiosity. And then tighten your knot as much as possible. By the way, I got my backstage gift yesterday. So Stampin' Up sent us a gift by mail. I'm not sure if any of you have received that gift. If you're Silver Elite and above and you decide to go to backstage, we can't share the gift right now. But I'm gonna say that when my husband saw it, he's like, I want it. He wanted my gift. He wanted my Stampin' Up gift that they sent to us. And I was like, you know, I will share. And I said, actually, it's good advertisement. So I said, if you are flying and you want my gift and you want to be advertising, then I'm good to go. So I can't wait. I think in November we'll be able to share what they sent us. But I did feel like it was a very beautiful treat and a very great gift. So because backstage this year is not in person, it's like, I guess we got extra spoiled. I'm not sure. Well, actually, in person is also, we also get spoiled. So, okay, so let's grab this little piece of mini glue dot. So Fran's saying she did not purchase this suite. And then Pam is saying she hasn't gotten it. Maybe by the end of this week. I think I prefer today's card because it has a lot more white on it, which is something that I like when it has like more white, like not as busy. So I think by the end of the week, we have some other fun. Thinking tomorrow is going to be another fun fold since I'm on fun fold week. So, but I still want to do a box for them and a bunch of different stuff. So now I'm just gonna add this tiny bow, and you see by doing a double bow, it just fluffs it up. So I don't know if you get to see it properly here, but it is pretty cute. And if you do have the peppermint gems that I encourage you to add them, I'm gonna go with the iridescent. I'm gonna add a tiny, a large right here, and then I'm gonna add another large down at the bottom because I like to do 3. So there you have it. Here's our fun fold, and then we have a coordinating envelope to go with it. You get to see the top view, and then you see how this one has that wreath just around its neck, and then this one has a scarf, so you could make as many as you want. I don't know. I think it's going to be easy for me to photograph those, so you'll be able to see on my blog, and I am going to put them on an angle like this, so you'll get to see the fold on its own. I'm looking at it right now, and it doesn't do justice when you look at it there. When you look at it in person, it is more of a wow project, but that's kind of fun. And the reason I was sharing with you why I was continuing the same color theme is you'll get to see by the end of the week we'll have built a fun class here, and then with a box on its own, and then you'll get to see like all of them, all the cards together with the box, and it's just going to be a beautiful collection. Thank you, Pam. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. See, I'm never sure if you get to see it properly and if it looks okay from your end, but on this end, it's a card that is a bit more, it's more complicated. It's not like a basic simple card, but it does look good. It's just the fold of its own, it's a bit complicated to show. But it is coming along, and so I can't wait to share tomorrow's card. We are going to continue on. I hope you can join me again. And thanks for watching me live. Thanks for catching me in a replay. If ever you want to share this post, please share. This is just allowing me. I'm new to Facebook Live because I was a nurse. I used to work a lot during COVID. I did not get to stamp and go live like everybody was doing, so this is very new to me. So when you're sharing and when you're putting likes and putting comments, this is saying, okay, Kim, continue doing this, or Kim, do not continue doing this. So thanks for catching my live. Enjoy your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.